Hey. So episodes of anxiety are not fun. That's stating the obvious, but you might be having an episode of anxiety somewhere in public where you need to calm yourself down and you need to just get through it. You might be at work, which is what used to happen to me a lot. And I devised a breathing technique that was similar to some that doctors had shown me, but I adapted it to suit myself and that worked for me better. Because what happens when you're having anxiety is that your body forgets to breathe. So you find that you're holding your breath and you don't realize you're doing it, which of course causes you to gasp, which can lead to hyperventilating and then leads to maybe a panic attack. So the technique that I devised, you have to breathe in and out through your nose, so you have to keep your mouth closed, which is going to be really hard for me to actually demonstrate, but I'll do my best. So when you're holding your breath without realizing it, what happens is then you can't get an intake of breath. You can't inhale as much as you need to because you haven't exhaled properly. Okay, so what you have to do is breathe in for as long as you can and then breathe out for as long as you can, more than is natural. Okay, so I'll try and demonstrate because that will maybe make more sense. So take a big deep breath in through your nose. And then when you breathe out, count to normally about 5 or 6. So now that exhale through your nose, I went on for 7 seconds, which is much longer than you'd normally do it. But the reason you do that is because once you've breathed out that much, you then can take a huge deep breath in and get that oxygen that you so badly need that you can't get. So, for example, once you've breathed out for those 7, you can then take that huge, big, deep breath in, which starts to then regulate your breathing back to normal. So once you've had that big, deep through the nose, you then do it again, out. And the more you do this, the more that you will naturally go back to getting your breathing on an even keel. You'll go back to calming yourself down. You're getting the oxygen in your body that you need, which of course naturally calms you down anyway. And the counting, although you can't always sit there and do this, the counting actually goes towards relaxing you, taking your mind off of whatever it is that's triggered you in the first place. And the whole breathing technique just gets you back onto sort of a stable, even keel. It takes practice. You know, when I first started doing it, sometimes it wouldn't work. Sometimes, you know, it just wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to overcome whatever was going on in my brain, and you know, I'd end up having a panic attack anyway, which sometimes is a relief because once you've had the panic attack, normally you can then get yourself back to normal anyway. But nobody wants to have a panic attack, especially in public and especially at work. So this breathing technique is something that you will need to practice, and the more you do it, the more you'll find it will work for you, hopefully. It doesn't work for everybody, but it's worked for me, and I hope that it helps somebody else. And I still use it even now. I've been waking up the last few days feeling not quite right, a bit panicky, and I've been using this breathing technique, and it does work. So give it a go. I hope it helps, and I hope my demonstration has been clear, as clear as I can make it anyway by myself. So anyway, lots of love, take care, I'll speak to you soon.